And we have some more breaking news coming in. US President Trump has dialed Russian President Vladimir Putin in a post on social media platform Truth Social. Trump says, and I quote here, "I just had a lengthy and highly productive phone call with President Vladimir Putin of Russia. We discussed Russia, the Middle East, energy, artificial intelligence, the power of the dollar, and various other subjects." Trump further says, as we both agreed, we want to stop the millions of deaths taking place in the war with Russia, Ukraine, and we agree to work together very closely, including visiting each other's nations. We have also agreed to have our respective teams start negotiations immediately, and we will begin by calling President Zelenskyy of Ukraine to inform him of the conversations. Trump says, and I quote here, "I believe that this effort will lead to a successful conclusion, hopefully soon." So this is what we see right now, viewers. US President has dialed Putin. My colleague Sucharita is getting us more on this from the ground from Washington, D.C.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Washington, D.C., but hours before his arrival, the big global news that has come about, President Putin of Russia has spoken to Donald Trump over the phone, a conversation that lasted about 90 minutes, and it spoke about ending the Russia-Ukraine war, a message that the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reiterated time and again. Before his arrival to Washington, D.C., this big global development has taken place. And let me tell my viewers that I was in Russia when the Prime Minister was there to meet President Putin. And this is where he had spoken about putting an end to war. Now, viewers, you should know that there are always a lot of back channels that continue across countries for putting an end to wars like the Russia-Ukraine war, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been a very, very important and a big force in the mediation process. We know that he's spoken to President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. We know that he has directly spoken to President Putin about putting an end to the Russia-Ukraine war, and now this big development that has taken place between Donald Trump and the Russian President Putin speaking on the phone, a big development right before Narendra Modi reaches Washington, D.C.
The president spoke to President Putin of Russia. They spoke at length, and the president released a statement following that conversation in great detail. I can also confirm that the president just recently got off the phone with President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. His truth is as follows. "I just spoke to President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. The conversation went very well. He, like President Putin, wants to make peace. We discussed a variety of topics having to do with the war, but mostly the meeting that is being set up on Friday in Munich, where Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio will lead the delegation. I am hopeful that the results of that meeting will be positive. It is time to stop this ridiculous war where there has been massive and totally unnecessary death and destruction. God bless the people of Russia and Ukraine." I myself just spoke to the president about these calls, and he told me to tell all of you they were very good calls, they were very positive, and the administration is wholeheartedly committed to a peace deal to end once and for all the Russia-Ukraine war.